Today I'm going to walk you through my chalk pastels or soft pastels and just give you a little insight into what it's like working with these, how I utilize them, the different brands that I like, and how I create something like this. So the first thing we'll start out with is my kit of pastels. So these are all schmink. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's what we're calling them. And this is a set of 80 different colors. So they're half sticks, which means that I can get more variety in this kit. Why I love this brand of chalk pastel is it is so, well, one, it's soft, which all chalk pastels should be some sort of level of softness, but these are really soft. They're mostly made with pigment, so the colors are really intense. They go onto the paper really nicely. I'm just a huge fan of them. I started using them in college when I got these little kits. So these are my reds, and there's 3 different shades of red. You can see that over the years, you break it up, you use smaller pieces. They don't necessarily stay as beautiful as this, but using these small pieces works just as well. And then what's fun is when you go to the art store, you'll get little boxes like this, and you can choose your individual colors to then, fill up these boxes. But when you get the kits, they're all laid out like this. And once again, you'll see the size difference. Like a full stick is this big versus the half stick. So the half sticks are really just a way of getting to experience the different colors, find out which colors you use more of. And then once you find your own color palette, then you can go to the art store and start filling up individuals so that you can build the colors that you use the most. I love getting art kits for any type of art supply that I'm using. So I have art kits for markers, I have it for gouache paints, I have it for colored pencils, all of the different things, because you don't really know which colors you want, and buying individual colors is really expensive, but the kits make it a lot more affordable. So you buy the kit, you get a variety of colors, you figure out which ones are part of your aesthetic, and then you continuously buy those ones individually now that you know which colors you actually are going to need. The next 2 things in my soft pastel arsenal are pastel pencils and cheaper, harder pastels. Last in my soft pastel arsenal are things that are not soft pastels. So I always sketch out my artwork before I draw. I use a basic mechanical pencil. Sometimes I'll use some of my graphite pencils that are in a variety of shades. It really is whatever I feel like in the moment or have access to. So just something I can softly sketch out what I'm going to actually be working on. Then I need erasers, because the thing with soft pastel is they get absolutely everywhere. So I have 3 different kind of erasers that I use. The gummy eraser is one of those fun erasers that nobody really knows about, and it's one of my favorite erasers. They continue to stretch like this. This is a way to clean them, so by just stretching it out like this, you're cleaning up your eraser. They're wonderful because they leave 0 of the sheddings that eraser leaves, so they keep things really clean, because you can't wipe on your canvas with soft pastel. You'll just smear everything. So this is a really great tool to have. However, there are some times when I need to push a little bit firmer, or to get into a tighter spot, or create a really clean line, and that's when I'll use just a basic white eraser. And then even more in tune than that, I'll use an electric eraser if I need to get into really tight spots or nothing else is working and I just need to get things cleaned up. I'll use this. Now this produces the most of the little white things that come off when you're erasing. So you do have to use this with caution and knowing how to get those little things off of your canvas, because they are a pain in the butt. But this tool is really useful, especially when you're getting into tight-knit areas of your painting. This painting is pretty much finished. There was just a few areas that I didn't love. I felt like after seeing the final piece that her nose felt too small for her face. So I'm going in and just making her nose a little bit more defined, a little bit bigger. And then some of the other area that bothered me was the shadow around her eye. Her eye just feels like it's really large and it's standing out a lot. So I'm just taking some colors to kind of blend this in. Now what's interesting about this piece is I've already sprayed a fixative on it. And so the fixative makes it so that for the most part, nothing else can smear. You can't really erase on it. All of this is pretty much stuck where it's at. And so I'm putting a new layer on top of it. So hopefully I'll be able to blend things the way I want to blend them without mixing too much of what's underneath. That's kind of the goal. Do that. We'll come in. This. So that is a quick look into my chalk pastels or soft pastels and how I utilize these to create my own works of art.